150 chairs have been set, but it's not enough. It's crowded on the playground of this primary school in Mpupumeni, KwaZulu-Natal.
Malungu omphakathi ngizokuchaza nje kafishane nje ukuthi senzani kulolu hlelo namhlanje. Ngithi ngiyangizwa lapha ngemuva. So ugesi sizoqhubeka. I think abantu bawo imizi.
Chris Peppers, or Mayor Peppers as he's known, is addressing his constituents in Zulu, the majority language in this province.
Lokho sikwenzayo sikubizwa ngebudget imbizo. So shuthi ke sihlela izisabelo izimali yomkhandlo for unyaka ozayo. Bayazama kodwa amandla abo ayancipha.
It's unusual for a white person to speak Zulu fluently, but the mayor has a perfect command of the language and spends 2 hours here dissecting the municipality's finances in it. He talks about the municipality's debt to energy providers.
Yokuqala ukuntshontsha kwagesi endawo ekwezinye indawo. Umkhandlo wethu ukhipha imali engango 40 million wamarandi ukhokhela ugesi ku-Eskom kodwa imali ayingeni kuthina. 40 million wamarandi. Ngizowenza umzekelo lo mgwaqo lo ukulungisa lo ukwenza kuba itiyele ngaba u6 million. So singalungisa lo mgwaqo cishe kwaba ka5.
New police cars, equipment for public works, the creation of jobs for residents at the town hall. He explains where the money will go and listens to residents' requests for the next budget.
Umphakathi wethu njengoba ubona awunayo iklinikhi. Kunabantu abadala la okumele behambe beye eklinikhi eMpopomeni.
Owesibili umbuzo wami umayelana nesanitation ama-toilets. Miningi imizi ekhona lapha emashingeni kwafika uhlelo lokufakwa kwama-toilets. Kodwa ezinye indawo zashiwa nje imaterial kwangaqedelelwa. Kukhona futhi eminye imizi engafakiwe nhlobo ama-toilets. Sibabaza wena sibabaza wena.
This is our 8th meeting in the last 2 weeks, where we go to different communities. We're trying to put a focus on rural communities this particular financial years, and you can see by the turnout that there's a big need or desire for people to participate in these areas.
The municipality of Mgeni has a population of 120,000 and includes the township of Mpopumeni and the more urban communities of Hilton and Howick. Chris Peppers of the Central-Right Democratic Alliance Party won the mayoralty in November 2021. It is the only municipality in opposition hands in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, a stronghold of the ANC, South Africa's ruling party since 1994.
You had one political party for 27 years, which is one way of thinking, one culture, one ideology, one system, and then you come up with something completely different. So, they talk about human behavior being difficult to manage. You can buy pens and you can fix roads and you can do those things, but human behavior. But there's been a lot less resistance than I thought.
At the municipal council, the 13 elected representatives of the majority party sit on one side, while those of the opposition sit on the other. There are 2 councillors from the EFF party, the Economic Freedom Fighters, on the radical left, and 10 from the ANC.
To the committee, we appreciate the document that has been submitted to us. I want to understand if we have any questions when we have gone through the documents. Who are we going to contact?
The atmosphere seems cordial, but no opposition councillor from the ANC nor EFF responded positively to our numerous interview requests. For the past year and a half, the mayor, an economist specializing in development, has been getting his hands dirty in the procedures and bureaucracy of the municipality.
Committees on committees on committees on committees, because you've got one for health, one for libraries, one for museums, one for, everyone's got a committee for something. Is it possible for us to incorporate this into existing structures so that it is more productive and functions?
Ward committee members thinking that there are many councillors.
The aim for the mayor and his first deputy, Sandile Mikati, is to be as efficient as possible. Chris Peppers's student days in Pretoria were the catalyst for getting involved in politics. When he was elected to his university's student council, he discovered he could improve the lives of others in his own small way.
I wasn't political. I didn't know what politicians did. I just saw them making noise every now and again. But if you use power and you use your opportunities as a person with authority in the right way, then you can make meaningful change. And that's where it started. I started to realize that you don't actually have to be a political politician. You can be an administrative politician who actually wants to get things done. And in doing that, you can change people's lives significantly.
This was Freedom Ndlovu's experience. He works in another town hall building, in the youth department. He graduated in public management in 2015 and had been unemployed ever since. Last year, he obtained a 2-year paid internship in this department. His first professional experience related to his diploma.
The new leadership take over, and I think that is where even my peers, they were saying, no, let us apply again now, because it's like we are standing more chances since when you look at the social media, we look at what the leadership have been doing and we see improvement, and then the hope is coming back.
According to Freedom, he didn't have the right networks before, by which he means connections at the ANC town hall. Today, he helps young people write up their CVs and find internships and training courses. Like him, dozens of young people from Mgeni have been hired by the mayor's office on merit, based on their level of training. Howick's Falls, downtown, a major tourist attraction. The mayor and his deputy are here to meet the many weekend visitors.
Oh, Gabo.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
I'm coming from Joburg.
Oh, siyabonga.
Happy to see you. I'm not about
Good. Usivakashile nje la? Oh, siyabonga. Kunjani? Right.
Akuhamba kahle kakhulu.
No, siyabonga kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga.
Nihambe kahle. Siyabonga. Ukhuluma isikhathi eside. How?
The mayor, his assistant, and his first deputy are taking stock of the site's redevelopment, which began as soon as they took up office. It was once something of a notorious spot, but now it's a popular site for families.
From there, go to a place called Piggly Wiggly. It's not far from the capture site. There's lots of small shops there with great things.
How much time do you guys have? We have the whole day.
So where are you guys from?
We're from
Bob
here.
May.
Mayor and deputy mayor.
Oh. And you're the deputy mayor? Okay. So nice.
So, Simon, abantu baphume.
The duo seemed to surprise people. 2 young men. The mayor is 31 and his deputy 28. The former white, the latter black. Though they weren't officially nominated by their party for the symbol they represent.
What you see in front of you are the 2 people who came out on the top of that process. So it was not about race, it was not about age, it was not about sexuality, it was just who ended up as the best candidates for the job.
And this duo works.
I always joke and I say he does nothing and he points back and says, I do nothing.
But he delegates a lot, which is quite interesting in South African politics, especially local government. Mayors don't trust their deputy mayors because, of either a confidence issue, politics is a lot of backstabbing. So you don't want your deputy mayor to be in the limelight. And Chris's instance is always encouraging me to be in the limelight, and I'm like, well, do I really have to? But he delegates a lot of important responsibilities to me.
This young generation of politicians, opponents of the ANC, wants to chart a new course.
Right, smile. Sharp. Sabo.
I'm 1 year younger than the country's democracy, so that's quite an interesting thing. And I've lived in free democratic South Africa all my life. I haven't experienced anything else. And I must admit, we have made some gains as a country, but there's a lot of things that are going wrong.
From his childhood on a local farm, Chris Peppers has retained his mastery of the Zulu language and a knack for warding off snakes. Just above Howick Falls, the shanty town of Shia Bazali, home to Grace and Nkubile. The main problems here, as in the rest of South Africa, are poverty, unemployment, and of course, insecurity. One of the first programs launched by the new municipality, the installation of solar street lighting. A neighborhood lit up at night is bound to be safer. The second step towards improving living conditions, solar panels for over 500 homes, including Kobiles.
This is a solar panel. We are using it to charge the battery. The battery, put it inside, so we put outside the solar panel, so it will be charging the battery inside.
A kit includes the panel, a battery, a bulb for each room, and a phone charger. When Kobile and Grace are asked if they voted in the November 2021 municipal elections, the answer is a resounding yes.
Yes, we do
did.
vote. How?
DA, obviously.
We're not afraid. We're not, because we see the difference. Yes, for a year, because it's a year, it's a big difference to 27 years where we did not see the difference.
This includes water tanks, which are now supplied on a daily basis. Another new policy.
I will say everything is changed because we have everything now and we have a say. If you want to say something, we go straight to municipality and say what we want to say. It's not like before. When you want to talk to the municipal mayor, they won't allow us.
The last mayor, we only saw him there on the stage on that day. When we gave him our concerns, we don't get answers.
With the new municipal team, things are different. They take every opportunity to speak to their constituents. According to the deputy mayor, the secret of the mayor's popularity is quite simple.
I think Mayor Papas is more relatable because he can speak the language. Not only does he speak the language, he also understands the culture. And I think once you can do those two things, people will accept you a little bit differently. And also, people can tell whether you're being sincere or not.
Mgeni's population is 70% black, 18% white. 3/4 of inhabitants speak Zulu as their mother tongue, only 13 English. When we visited the municipality for several days and met its inhabitants, no one criticized Chris Pappas in front of our camera. It was the same in the municipality and the city, among the poor and the wealthy. Today in the Hilton Community Hall, another Imbizo is taking place to discuss the budget. It's the same formula as at the elementary school, but this time it's in English.
This is the first budget year of the new administration, right? So we've inherited 27 years of problems and we've had 15 months to try and solve them. We have a wide mandate as local government. It's not just potholes or streetlights. There's social development, economic development, marketing, environment. There's a huge mandate.
With a 25 million euros budget to do everything, under the condition that all citizens pay the local taxes.
Municipalities owed around 185 million rand in outstanding rates. So people expect us to deliver a service, but many people don't pay for that service.
I need to be honest, I came here to box with you. I wanted to have a big fight. But you sort of took the wind out of my sails when you told us how few people actually pay their rates. But I would just ask if you can, be here in Hilton. It's great to see you in Howick and Popameni and everywhere else. I want to see you here. I want to see you in the streets. I want to walk with you. I want to moan at you about the roads and show you all the roads that are falling apart. But yeah, I think that's the main thing for me.
Richard, I'm glad you didn't box with me. I do appreciate that. I'm happy to box if we need to, but I do appreciate that. I agree. We need to do more in Hilton. We need to do more in every particular area.
Down the hill.
Frank exchanges with citizens, who discover for some the functioning of a municipality.
Thank you.
I think it is important to understand what's going on, and what has happened before. We're sort of uninformed and not knowing what's happening with the budgets, what's happening in municipality, and it frustrates the residents in Hilton. So this is a fantastic thing to actually interact with the mayor, where he comes out and explains, this is what we're going to do with the budget, this is what's going to happen.
The main issue for him as a citizen of wealthy Hilton: the roads, traffic lights, infrastructures, very far from the concerns of the most modest in Mpopomeni.
I think managing people's expectations is probably the bigger challenge, because people want, they want to see, a major city tomorrow here, everything working, functional public transport, but the reality is that we're not. We're a rural municipality in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, with all the same problems that, a developing African country's small town has.
Among these problems are potholes and the state of the roads. The municipality of Mngeni is spending over €1 million on this year. Public work teams are on the ground every day. The township of Mpopomeni was created in 1968. The South African government of the time, under apartheid, had decided to relocate the black population from the Howick area to this arid zone some 15 kilometers away. It has since become a small town of around 35,000 inhabitants, one of the components of the Mngeni under the control of Chris Pappas. He often goes to have breakfast with his colleagues. Mpopomeni's population is young, and the unemployment rate is really high. In order to develop the economic activity and assist young entrepreneurs, the town hall offered a grant of €1,000 to 5 small businesses. 32-year-old Nonhlakanipo has been chosen.
Hello, Sanbon. Ninjani? I didn't know or imagine that maybe someday I could get this funding of 20,000. It's changed my business. It took my business into another level. I'm so proud, really.
It's as if she's won the lottery. She has been able to develop her business and take on 2 employees.
This is what I got from the municipality funding. This is a makeup suitcase. Now that I have the suitcase, I look more professional than before. When you just come with a plastic, so they don't take you serious. This is the sink also I got from them. My very beautiful and lovely sink, This one is more comfortable and strong. So it's also have the pipes. The only thing that I must do now is that I must buy geyser. And this is the stand dryer. It's a must to have this in the salon, but I couldn't afford it by that time. Styles, different hairstyles.
Curling irons of different sizes, hair dryers, and hair clippers are some of the new items. She wrote the list of what she needed, choosing the brands and gadgets.
Growing a business is like growing a baby, It's like when you start a business, you are giving birth to a baby, The baby is small. The baby is unable to do anything for themselves. Yes, you need to assist. Sometimes the baby is sick. I believe that someday, I will reach my goal because my vision is so big. I believe this is also just a beginning.
She would like to convert a container into a beauty salon here in Mpopomeni and recruit other employees to change their lives, one at a time.
So you are set now. She already paid.
Small streams make big rivers. The young mayor of Mngeni didn't promise any miracles during his campaign. Instead, he promised sound and fair budget management. This has made Chris Pappas successful and popular beyond the borders of KwaZulu-Natal. This can lead to jealousy and even hatred. So he always has a security team around him.
Yeah, it's become so common that it's not even covered in the media anymore.
Yeah.
Killings of politicians and also traditional leaders. I've moved four times as mayor. The one time the police told me don't sleep in the same place for this week.
This little road near Hondwijk witnessed an historic event that changed South Africa. The capture of Nelson Mandela in 1962 that led to his life imprisonment.
This is where Mandela's freedom ended. And last year we commemorated 60 years since his capture. So a long time, you know, we still speak about him as if it was yesterday, but it's been a long time.
The Long Walk to Freedom, the title of Mandela's autobiography, is represented here by a journey retracing the milestones of his life. One of these is the Nobel Peace Prize he was awarded 30 years ago. While Mandela's image retains all its symbolic power in the country, his dream of a reconciled and prosperous South Africa has faded over the years. Chris Peppers, a child of the post-apartheid era, is also a symbol of political life in this country in many ways.
As a young person, as a non-majority racial group in this province, as a white person in this province, as a male, and then being gay as well. You know, live in Africa. Many countries are still illegal, criminalized, and you know there's a burden that one carries with that as well.
Being gay hasn't been an obstacle to be elected, nor to pursue great political ambitions.
I want to be part of the success of our province. So at the moment I'm invested here as the mayor, but I do want to look beyond that and look to our provincial parliament and look at our provincial government. Not as an opposition member, but as someone in government, to take what I've learned here and try and fix the systems of our provincial government.
Mngeni, a kind of laboratory for the ambitious Chris Peppers. He has his sights on the 2024 general elections, the 7th since the end of apartheid. His party, the Democratic Alliance, wants to oust the ANC from power, and Chris Peppers wants to take part to change the course of history.